Hey everybody. Well, believe it or not, it is Friday again. Weeks just keep going faster and faster. Joys of getting older and older. Anyway, this week, Friday morning, model cars and coffee. I got a couple old builds and then a brand new build. You might guess what the brand new build is here by looking at this old build. But yeah, look at that. That's some of that goobers that was in the interior of that old Survivor build I showed you. Anyway, these are a couple dragsters I built a long time ago. You know, not like when I was a kid or anything, but geez, probably wow, geez, I don't know, 15 years ago, maybe 18 years ago, something like that. They're the old Revell parts pack dragsters. I had a few extra, and since I'm a builder, not a collector, I built a few of them. And this is one. And then they had the dragster kits, and then they had the accessory kits. You know, Revell parts packs had the motors and the chassis parts, and just, you know, all kinds of stuff in their parts packs, which was kind of cool. So I think most of this is that. I tried to get as much old stuff on it as I could. And I didn't have a lot of paint evidently back then, so I flat blacked this thing. And then just masked off there, made a little V. The hole there, I don't know what that was for. I probably should have put the tack in there. I just noticed that. I don't know what I was thinking. But not a whole lot of detail, just some quick, easy builds. I just wanted to build some of those parts packs kits to see what they were like. And it was pretty fun, quick little build. Did the little, it's got the little friction shock things, whatever they called them, and the front suspension on that's pretty cool. I think it's all original with the kit or with the other parts packs kits that has the chassis components. Old school wheels from I'm pretty sure Revell from back in the day I had laying around. And front wheels, old gas tank there, old seat. I don't know, that might have just been out of an old kit, like the Bantam thing or whatever. And you're down in there, you got the shifter and the brake, getting everything. Fun little kit. The exhaust is aluminum tubing. I don't think I had anything that really looked good on there. Underneath it gives you a nice belly pan with the kit. And I think that motor, I don't know if that's a parts pack motor or just an old motor. I don't know. It's got Cadillac on the valve covers. So I don't know if anything new has that. Put some rub-on decals on there. Let's see if we can focus it a little bit here. No, wait, that was a decal sheet. This was another one I did that had the rub on. That was a decal sheet that fit on there perfect. S&S Auto Glass. And the B Dragster. And that was about, you know, they didn't do a whole lot of decals back in the day. Got the old Clay Smith thing there. Anyway, that's that one. Fun, quick little build. And then I built like, I don't know, geez, 5 or 6 of these all in a month or so. Just having a good old time, quick, easy build. This is another one. It's not focused. Now it is. Painted this one orange. I think that's a Krylon paint. I didn't care if it got real shiny or not, but it looked pretty good. And I had some old Tamiya clear orange and clear yellow. And I believe that's the clear orange, because this is one of those Revell parts packs kits that are all chrome. Yeah, that's fun. A lot of stripping and scraping, but you put that clear orange over the chrome and it looks really good. Gary Fox told me that years ago. Geez, back in the early 80s when I was in the Scale Auto Builders down in Portland, and he told me that trick, and it looks really good. And the headers are big, giant. I didn't do the mold lines very well or anything. I put a few more decals on this one. Those are old white wall slicks that I had when I bought a collection of stuff, and some kid painted the white walls on there. God knows when, probably back in 60s, maybe early 60s. Not a whole lot of detail under there. I don't know why that big hole is in. I don't know if I had to Mickey Mouse something different or what, but see the big hole in it. You can go in and see the clutch. I mean, that's like an inspection hole for the clutch. I don't know. I should have put a clutch in there maybe. And the rear end doesn't line up all the way with the transmission, which I'm not surprised. Hang on here, let me see. There we go. Because it's a Revell kit. But again, fun build, old school build, just quick build, having some fun. Put some decals on the top there. Old school NHRA when they just had the little roadster thing on there. I like those NHRA decals. A little bit of stuff in there. A little teeny steering wheel. Got the shifter and the brake. Gas pedal and stuff down in there. You can't really see a little gauge cluster. I think I added that. And this body had seams. Was a 2-piece. And I don't like puttying, so I got a piece of piano wire to make it look like it comes apart there when you want to get into the, take it off to get into the gas pedal or tranny or whatever you want to do. There's a few decals. I like the style of this cage. Really old school, man. That's just so cool. So anyway, there's that one. Again, the clear orange on the chrome, and then I did steel highlights inside the blower there. Wasn't going for a whole lot of detail. Oh, lost my little, oh, you can't see it there. Lost my little dust cover here for the, see it right there? Lost my little dust cover there for the wheel on the other side. Anyway, we'll fix that when we're done. Anyway, got one more here that I'll show you real quick. Let's get the old coffee cup out of here. It's probably cold by now. Set that over there. And let's make that focus a little better. See, I set that over there in front of the old dragster in the picture there. Kind of matches it. And this is the one I just did. I think it's done. Trying to make it as old school looking as I could. Brush painted the letters and numbers on the back there. Try to get them kind of neat, but some of those on the real cars I looked at were pretty sloppy, so I think that fits pretty good with the style. The headers are solder, and then I kind of drilled the ends out a little bit more. And you know, some of them, they weren't very precise exhaust systems on some of these old cars, so I didn't want to make them perfect, but I could have made them a little bit more perfecter. One side's really going down and one side's kind of up. See, you can see it. You can kind of see it better from the back here, but you know, it looks all right. It's not supposed to be perfect, but yeah, this header here is going down quite a bit, and this back header there is up quite a ways. But it was fun. I did the fuel. We talked about that. Did the fuel lines. Sometimes my phone will focus when I go in and out, but it's not doing here. I did the fuel lines, and like I was telling you, bolted the fuel block there to the head like I seen in that one picture. Then I ran a fuel line from the gas tank behind the seat there. I don't think they thought about moon tanks in the front on some of these early ones. See some of the pictures I saw. And I just painted the tips of the hoses with some silver paint right before they go in. We talked about the little cover over the carbs. Talked about getting the thing focused, moving the camera. And then over here, I Mickey Mouse some linkage. Not my best, but it kind of gets the point across. And I'm gonna try and hold this and touch that and do the, there we go. And you can kind of see the linkage. I just kind of faked it. Big old giant return spring there, probably not very realistic. I got some kind of a linkage thing there, a little piece of aluminum. I think it was from a details kit thing from like S&S or whoever that was back in the day. So anyway, then it runs down there and it kind of goes to the right spot. You can kind of see it. You can kind of see it going along right there to the gas pedal. So it looks kind of realistic. Got the brake line coming out there and going right up there to a little T, and then the brake line's going across. Not really perfect, but looks good, and it was fun, and I'm getting back into it now that I got that little tool I showed you. So anyway, you look down in there and you can see the brake lines going across. And you know, I talked about planning things out so you don't build yourself into a corner. Well, not a real big corner, but I built myself into a corner when I decided to do the brake lines. And down in there where it goes over the axle wasn't big enough. It hit the brake line, so I had to hog them out a little bit, which worked out good. As you notice, the paint isn't perfect, which is what I wanted. So it kind of got goobered up down in there where I hogged it out, and then it kind of got goobered up where I put the steering arm, little nicks and everything, which kind of give it a realistic look. And the whatever that arm's called going down to the front end, it kind of doesn't hit the headers. If you don't look at it very close, you'll never know. But it turned out pretty good. Got the little seat belts down in there. I told you how I did that. Just cut off some of the old plastic ones. I used the real seat belt material on that. Got the gauges in there. Let me tap this real quick here. There we go. Kind of get a better look down in there. Got the shifter going on that side, and then down in there I got the shifter, and then I got the little brake handle. It's kind of a loop that you grab. And I looked at some of the shifters online. They go down and bend over and down. They definitely weren't doing any speed shifting back in the day. I really don't know how they shifted. I would like to have some in-car footage, camera footage of how they shifted these things. Anyway, that thing, I think it's pretty much done. It was fun. It's a look I wanted. It's not perfect, which even if I was, you know, trying to make it perfect, I would want to make it look perfectly not perfect, if that makes sense. Anyway, let's clear this thing up again. And you kind of look in there and see the shifter and everything. Gas tank down back in behind there. Anyway, it was fun. I don't think I'll redo those headers because, yeah, you know, the owner of the car did the headers on this side, and his buddy did the headers on this side, and they weren't paying attention to each other because they were drinking lots of beer, and that's the way they turned out. And they had to get to the racetrack, so that's the way it is. So anyway, that's what showed up this week. Some good old dragsters from way back in the day. Some old kits. These kits could have almost been on a trip back in time, but that's mostly for stuff I didn't build. And these are old, but I built them. So anyway, we got a couple minutes here. I'm going to show you a couple pictures. So hang on, I'm just going to take you right out of here, and we're just going to stand up and go right over here. First, I want to tell you, I finally got all the Deer Park stuff out of all those binders. I went through all those, pulled out all the Deer Park pictures, local stuff, and they're all in those binders there. So that's all done. So eventually I'll show you cool pictures off and on, like this one from Greg Fury. That's Greg Fury's car, Cecil right there. That's his car pulling the trailer. It says so right there. Towing a trailer. And that's the car he turned in to that. Kind of cool, but kind of sad. But he raced that for a long time. I think it got passed around amongst people. There's a shot of it there. So pretty cool. I prefer it like that. So I gotta build something like that now. Hang on a second here. I gotta build something like that with the caps and rings. It just has a cool look. Look how tall that windshield is, man. And that one in the front's kind of cool too. There's another shot of them on the other side. A little bit different angle there. Pretty cool. Oh yeah, there's something on the back here. A little bit newer dragster. I don't know whose this one is. There wasn't a name on it. But it's just cool sitting in the yard in front of that old house. There's a front door. I'd like to have one of those sitting in front of my yard. That'd be awesome. And let's see. I think that's it. Yeah, there's a couple old pictures there. That's just what's in this binder. We'll do old pictures of here and there once in a while because they're so freaking cool. I think we've seen that one. That's Greg Fury's car. Made an awesome wheelie car out of that thing. 55 Chevy. Here's his old dragster. Anyway, we're about done here. I think, oh, this one thing here. I'm going to give this to my son. He's working on a go-kart deal. Older go-kart. And I'm going to show him that because is that crazy or just crazy? But there you go, 150 plus. I don't know about that. But that's one badass go-kart. Okay, I think we're good. We're out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it very much. Say thanks to all my subscribers. I really appreciate it. If you haven't, please do join in on the fun. And we'll swap stories and just have a good old time. Remember, check everybody else out. Lots of great model guys out there. Whether you're into cars, planes, trains, military, whatever. Check it out. Everybody take care. I think that's about it I wanted to say. So with that, say thanks again, and I'm out of here. Bye.